All right, yo, 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 yo. Toast, toast, toast. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yo, yo. All right. Appreciate that, y'all. I was looking at the. I'm gonna have to delete that whole section. I'm glad. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate that. Okay. So I got this. Okay. So y'all didn't hear none of that stuff. All right. I gotta. You know what? You know what? We're gonna start this over. Wait, I want to start this over, yo. Okay, but y'all are here, so I'm not sure y'all get the notification. I'll delete that out. All right. So, okay, briefly, let me go through the scenario. So, my system talks to one another. I got software. I got a Rodecaster Pro, and it talks to one another. If something is not right, you have to do things very specifically, or you won't have any sound. So that's what happened there. Okay. Now. Okay, the ice storm. Y'all didn't hear anything. So I saw y'all Wednesday. I saw you Wednesday, and about 7 hours later, we lost power. Now, there was no snow. DTE, which is our local affiliate, said said that this was the worst storm that we had seen in 50 years. Now, check this out. It was all freezing rain, sleet, and ice. We had over 3,000 down power wires in the metropolitan area, 3,000, and there were a whopping 700,000 people with no power. We only went 36 hours. My ex-wife and her family, they didn't get power back till last night. We got power back Friday. They didn't get power back till yesterday. And according to Channel 7, which is the local news here, they are still 60,000 people, families without power. It sucked. It got to 58 degrees in my house. The family we had to retreat, and we flew to mom's house. Like we just fled, man. We packed up the car and we were gone. And it was terrible. It was terrible. But that's what happened to Friday's show. And I hope that anybody that had to go through that, whether you were affected in Detroit or the 5 other states affected, that you are okay. I had to throw out massive food in the refrigerator, but it could be worse, right? I'm still here. The family's safe. So I got frostbite when I was younger. So my hands and feet get super cold. They get cold before anybody else. You know, the first thing to get cold is my feet. Then my hands follow. And so I'm like the first one. So I had to get out, man. Eric, yeah, man, we were hit hard, bro. And it really makes you value. But I will say this, that I stepped away from YouTube, and I made some videos the next night. You know, I had missed money working. So I was like, you know what? How can I make some money back? So I made some videos, and it just happened to be a bunch of news. So it make you appreciate like stepping away. You know what I'm saying? We're always plugged in, and heat and stuff is cool. I'm not talking about. I'm just saying like stepping away because we didn't have any internet, and I realized how dependent we've become on the internet. Like we talk about it, but it's serious. We are dependent. You cannot function without the internet. My phone will not work in my house if it's not hooked up to Wi-Fi. I have T-Mobile, aka used to be Sprint, aka used to be Nextel, right? And my phone will not work in my house. It's very slow. Now my wife has AT&T. Hers works just fine. Me and my son share Sprint or T-Mobile. It just he can't do a schoolwork with no internet. She works from home. She can't do her job with no internet. We had to take screenshots of DTE power outage and send them to her boss. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. But everybody, we're back now, and it really made me like I need to prepare. We need to prepare. Her dad bought these as seen on TV like lanterns. They're battery powered. That's all we had to light our house. So I have to go and do better because you become so reliant on it that you just, you know what I'm saying? Like it just flames out, and all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what to do. You can't even see. So anyway, I hope all y'all stayed safe. Let's get to the video. It is a lot of stuff we need to talk about, man. A lot of stuff we need to talk about. Okay. It's ironic that we went to town on DeAndre Swift on Wednesday. And it is coming out. Brad Behrman talked about it. I know me and Mr. Poole have talked about it. I know we've talked about it in the chat about DeAndre Swift and his future with the Detroit Lions. Jalen Ramsey. So much stuff has happened since Wednesday. We have CBS Sports saying that the Lions are one of the top 3 to land him. We have other websites saying that they are the favorite. We had an anonymous, uncredited source saying that Jalen wants his preferred destination is Detroit. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. The combine is coming up. I heard from my homie, I didn't verify this though, that Jalen Carter is not attending the combine. I don't know how I feel about that. I know what y'all are gonna say, but I got my issues, man. I got my issues with cats having private workouts. I just do, especially if they're gonna be on our team. But it makes me love Aiden Hutchinson even more because Hutch, we saw what happened to David Ojabo, right, at the combine. Or no, he at his pro day. This was his pro day, right? Or he was just working out or something like that. And he ruptured his Achilles. Aiden Hutchinson went to the combine, went with all those other cats that might not have been on the draft board at all. He went, right? I think you got to get invited to the combine. He didn't turn down his invitation. He went. Eric says, no Jalen Ramsey, please. I love his game, but he won't be the same in this defense. Defensive back relies heavy on the rest of the defense. Okay, Eric, now let me ask you this. Let me ask you, if Jalen Ramsey, you cut his salary in half, you make that 8.5. You make his 47 or something that he's due 22. Would you still feel the same? Let me know. So we got a lot we missed and a lot to catch up on. Detroit Lions Syndicate is slamming, man. I don't know if I hit the clickbait algorithm or what, but the past couple of videos have been crazy. The Dern says, I'm all in for Ramsey. He's 28 and a top 3 corner in the NFL. Dern, it's very rare that you and I are on the same page, man, but we own it today, my brother. We own it today. This is where I'm at. I feel like that after 30 years of no playoff wins, and one thing that you notice that have you noticed, guys, that there is something that we don't say anymore? You haven't heard it all off season. What is that? S-O-L. You have not heard the phrase S-O-L. I was about to spell my last name. S-O-L all off season long. You know why? Because it's gone. And why am I bringing up SOL? Because I feel like that even though Eric feels the way he feels about Jalen Ramsey, and everybody tries to, not to E, but everybody tries to take away from Jalen's game. Yeah, he got burnt in the Super Bowl. But he had, to Eric's point, he had a defensive line that was able to compensate for him getting burned. He got, Jamar Chase will see ya. He was out of there. He catches that. That would have been the biggest shake and bake in Super Bowl history. But he had a team to make up for it. And I think that Jalen Ramsey, I think, we want to wash him. We want to say he's washed. We want to say he doesn't have it anymore. We want to say, and I'll say this, that Jalen Ramsey is better than anyone in the cornerback position that we have on our team right now. Right now. And I have to trust that Brad Holmes is not going to eat this guy's contract without a plan in place. After year 1, I don't know if I could have said that, but after year 2, most definitely. Now, I got something. So we got a couple things to talk about. And at first, I didn't want to I didn't want to make videos over here, talk about it over here, and then make it on my own channel. Or my other channel. This is my channel. But my Detroit Lions Syndicate channel. But, I'm gonna make some exceptions. But because I'm not tripping about it. So what did we miss? We missed a lot of stuff. And instead of jumping in right into today's news, because you and I have not had a chance to have a conversation about it. So we've missed a lot of stuff, okay? A lot of stuff. I'm trying to see how many, if I want to make segments, though. Because this is repeat topics, but not on this channel. So let's talk about it. Okay. So what happened since our last show? A ton of stuff has happened. So we're going to make one segment with all of this in it, okay? But the first thing I want to talk about is this. The Detroit Lions released Michael Brockers on Thursday. It became official Friday, And I was so out of it, I didn't even realize when the news broke, it was just 12 hours before he was officially released. Michael Brockers is released. Earlier that day, Thursday afternoon, I'm wishful thinking. The LA Rams and linebacker Bobby Wagner, linebopper. I don't know where. Look, I'm rusty, y'all. I'm rusty. It's been a minute since I've been running my mouth. Linebacker Bobby Wagner mutually parted ways with the LA Rams. Now, I know what y'all. He's old. He might be old. There's a line in Bebe's Kids that say he might be old, but he know the style. Bobby Wagner is 32 years old and still can play in his league. The Detroit Lions have been mentioned as a team that Bobby Wagner could go to by more than one source. I think it's funny. These guys went to the LA Rams thinking they were going to win. Les Snead said, forget them picks. You know what the new phrase, forget them picks, I'm going to translate forget them picks. Forget them picks translated for regular people is this. Sell out, win a Super Bowl, and your team is going to pay the price. We don't care what happens 10 years from now. We don't care what happens 2 years from now. Forget them picks so we can win now. We can win now. Bobby Wagner got bit by the LA bug. He wanted to go over there. And now, after signing a massive 5-year, $50 million deal, he gets through 1 year and wants to leave LA. So my thing is, what's going on in LA? Stafford got his chip, but he might be paying the price. Okay? But Bobby Wagner needs to be on this team. Eric, I think you commented. You commented the same thing. Rodrigo feels the same role as Wagner. They put AA on tight ends, and at times he looks like he's not athletic enough to keep up with good speed or size. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He has lost a step. Everybody on Bobby Wagner. No, he's not the same. Of course he's not. Are you the same from when you were born? I'm 43 years old. My knees is popping every day. So, of course, I'm not the same. But production level has barely fallen off. We would have to get somebody who could run with the tight end. That is for sure. That is for sure. Zay, what's up? That is for sure. However, Bobby Wagner, 2 interceptions, 6 sacks from the linebacker position. He is still a factor and a threat, and I would love to have him on this team. Now, Levante David, he might be able to run a little bit more, but none of our linebackers can run with a tight end. The only one, listen, Bobby Wagner, Alexander Zaloni would be like lead weights. Malcolm Rodrigo, lead weights. We do not have a coverage linebacker. We don't have that guy. We got in between the hashes. But Bobby Wagner is a smart player. He's a smart player. And he's still productive, which is why I wouldn't have a fit if he's on this team because, believe you me, we're not going to make – I don't think Brad Holmes is going to make one move at linebacker. He might still draft one. Second, third round. We don't have a fourth round pick. So maybe he waits until the 5th or the 6th like he did last year. Get another hidden gem like Malcolm Rodriguez. I want Bobby Wagner on his team. Now, I wouldn't mind Levante David either. We need to upgrade at the linebacker position. But Bobby Wagner is still an asset, and we lost a lot. We lost a veteran leader in Michael Brockers, right? Michael Brockers. Now, the thing about it is Michael Brockers and Bobby Wagner are like the same age. Brockers was the oldest person on the team. Now the youngest is 29. So, ironically, if we get Jalen, he'll be tied with the youngest or in the same bracket. And if we got Bobby Wagner or even Robert Woods, I think Robert Woods is over 29 as well, then we would have a new oldest person. But we could use the veteran leadership that is Bobby Wagner. But not only that, his play, for sure. Our biggest need is corner, LOL. Our edges are fine. Linebacker can definitely be upgraded. I argue corners on the team cost us more games. Warner at his age is better than Rodrigo. Wagner. I don't want an edge. I'm I mean, Aleem McNeil is a third down tight end. Okay. I say our run D costs most games. Dallas. Well, that's true. I think both. I think both of you are right. Our defense, period. In my opinion, our defensive line was no better than our secondary. And our linebackers were suspect from day one, other than Rodrigo. So, as you saw, Rashard Penny went through the defensive line, he went through the linebackers, and he went through the secondary, straight to the house. As you saw, we had Foreman and Hubbard run all over us, right, in Carolina. He went through every single line. Now, can Wagner run with a tight end? Not really. But can he stuff that run? Absolutely. So I wouldn't be mad if we get him on a $6-7 million deal, even if it's a prove-it deal. I mean, we can say that Wagner is in like the time of his career of maybe 1-2 year deals. I don't know what the Rams are doing. A 5-year deal, even though Bobby Wagner is a stud, he's 31 years old. He probably won't even be in the league at 36. After that contract, he probably wouldn't have. So, do I want to see him on the team? I do. 100%. 100%. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Listen, we need anybody. Y'all ever seen Family Guy? And it was a cutaway. Notorious for cutaways. And Peter Griffin said something about graduating college. And he was like, it's that time. It's like that time when I graduated from such and such. And they were like, they started naming names, Malcolm Rodriguez, college. Michael Brockers, college. And they was like, anyone. And Peter Griffin walks across the stage. That's what we need. We need anyone at linebacker. Anyone. What's up, Lions Fan Express? I see you over there. What's up, ES? Been a long time. Zay, you caught me during the segment, bro. It's been a minute. Hope you well. It's been a minute, bro. Would you take the early off season off? No, I'm just messing with you. Lions Fan Express. Make sure y'all check out this dude's channel, man. Kind of silently came up, didn't really tell nobody, which is cool. Making his own content, doing his thing, killing it over there. Lions Fan Express. I think of a train. Maybe that should be your logo, bro. A train with Rory or a lion on it. Lions Fan Express, man. Check it out. Give me Ramsey and B Wax, says Zay. What? Zay and I agree on something? I cannot believe it. I can't believe that Zay and I agree on something. That never, ever happens. Zay is like my arch nemesis, man. He's like the opposite of me. What's up, Rainbow Girl? What's going on? Rainbow says, I am back from vacation. What's up, Rainbow? Listen, I wish I was there with you in spirit. Me and the family, because it was freezing. We was without power. Detroit lost 500,000. You don't be thinking, like, you drive past houses and streets and you be like, man, okay, it's probably 20 houses on this block. It's probably 40 houses. I used to deliver mail. And it was about 50 houses on any given block. Oh, wait a minute. Bleacher Report. Okay, this is a video. I'm not going to watch that. But I just got something from Bleacher Report. Says, cooking up the most realistic trade package for all-pro defensive back with trade buzz heating up, Mr. Poole. I need you, bro. Because I might need to wake up early because I feel like this Jalen Ramsey news going to break early. Hey, Rainbow Girl, where was you at? Hey, I need a mental picture of where you was at because where we was at in the cold, it was 58 degrees in my house. I couldn't sleep that night because I was worried about my wife and kid because it was cold. Like when it was so cold, how cold was it? It was so cold that you could feel air through your nostrils. Like the cold air was like it through your nostrils into your lungs. And then we had to get up out of here. Butterfly in the sky. We had to get up out Hawaii. Oh man. That's where my wife, she wanted to go for a honeymoon. I was like, Hawaii, that's in the USA. Why are we? No. And it's expensive. Rainbow Girl, I hope you had a good time. I hope you, what do you have at the little, the hula, where they do a little hip shaking thing? I hope you got the little layer. What's the thing, man, that go around your neck? Send me one. Send me one. I want one. I wanted natural flowers. And I hope you're not broke. Will I be watching the combine? I wanted to go, Zay. I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the combine, man. 4-hour drive, post up at a hotel somewhere and go because it's free. I think it's free to get in. I wanted to bring y'all some own location stuff. On location, but I had to throw all my food out. I don't know, because is it live? That'd be really boring, man, hearing Rich Eisen and everybody talk like. I never thought about it. I thought about going before I thought about live streaming. But that could be something. We will be doing the draft, though. So be ready for that. But, yeah, Zay, I hope you've been well, man. NFL Network. Yeah, I thought so. Hey, Aaron, appreciate that, my man. Appreciate that, bro. I really do, man, because it was tough. So we saw some stuff for Saquon. We talked about DeAndre Swift. Now, I thought this, since we were talking about Jalen Ramsey, I thought this is funny. Jerry Jacobs. First of all, Jerry Jacobs is a stud, man. I love this guy's personality because he was undrafted, right? And to me, when you undrafted, you have to have a swag. As a matter of fact, let's do this. When you are undrafted, you have to have a swag. That's like me, man. I'm like the undrafted free agent of YouTube. I'm never picked on a squad. Always like that. But it's okay because when you undrafted, usually a lot of undrafted cats, they got chips on their shoulder. Like big time chips on their shoulder where you can't tell them nothing. They're like Kanye West before he lost his mind. We saw, and listen, y'all, I know y'all feeling some type of way, but I hate to be the one to tell you, okay, that Jalen Ramsey to the D is heating up. Y'all remember NBA Jam? He's on fire. He's heating up. That's what this is. Expect something to break very soon. What I learned in doing this for the 3 years now, this is like my 5th year, is that when you hear, if the rumors are tickling, like they're tickling you, if you hear them, they're true. A lot of them are true. We heard that Matt Patricia wanted Derek Brown and that Jeff Okuda, who we're going to talk about today, Jeff Okuda was Bob Quinn's pick. Thank you, Bob Quinn. There's a lot of, if you hear the rumors, they're true. Okay? Jalen Ramsey to the Lions is a real possibility. So be ready. I think that the Lions are one of 3 teams. I 100% believe that. And I 100% believe that Jalen Ramsey Detroit is number 1. Not for Ramsey, for Brad Holmes. Don't forget, Brad Holmes was there. He was there with him when they first got him. So if anybody knows about his character, it's Brad Holmes. We're worried about his character. I was, from what I've seen. But Brad Holmes knows the real Jalen Ramsey. But back to Jerry Jacobs. Jerry Jacobs is not bothered at all. Coming from all Lions, Jerry Jacobs not scared of losing job to Jalen Ramsey. I love this. And a tweet, I think it was Jerry Jacobs, that said at this point, this was yesterday, we just got to recruit Jalen Ramsey. Like everybody, I have not seen one Detroit Lion, not be excited about the possibility of JR coming to Detroit. Jalen Ramsey could be a Detroit Lion. And so this is coming from all Lions, and this must have been a Twitter pushback. Says, a Lions supporter commented, bro really saying, come here and take my job. And this is Jacob's reply. Laughing my you-know-what off, you funny. Never scared of competition. Boss better ask about me, a.k.a. you better ask somebody. Young punk. I'm looking forward to who he goes and gets in free agency or the draft. This is what Jacob said, told the team's website. I ain't scared of competition. I love it. It's just going to bring the fire to the field. I know the guys he's going to bring in will be ready to go and compete and help us win, and that's what we need in the secondary right now. I compete every day, so I'm ready to go. I ain't never scared. I love this. I absolutely love this because he could be terrified. But you know what? I don't think he is because he was undrafted. He already know what's up. He had to earn his job. He had to earn his role. And yes, he was played in favor of the number 3 overall pick, who, again, we will talk about in this next segment. I got to get this off my chest. So what do you think? I love this. I love this. If anybody needs to be worried about losing the job, it's Jeff Okuda. And I'm just keeping it 100 because he was already benched. But this right here, I love this. Jerry Jacobs is saying, bring it on. Bring it on. I've had to climb the ladder to get to this league anyway. So whether or not he's, I love competition. I ain't never scared. I love this. And Lions fans, don't count out Jalen Ramsey being part of this team. Now, my honest opinion is Ramsey will be cornerback 1. Cornerback 2 is to be determined. I 100% believe that. I don't think it's any of the guys that's on our team now necessarily. Just like Deion telling the boys at Colorado, can't be scared of no competition because we coming. We coming. And so it's competition. Our secondary was atrocious in 2022. Anybody we get is going to be competition. But I love this. They are welcoming Jalen Ramsey on this team. Jalen Ramsey to the Detroit Lions will be big news. And I love the fact that Jacobs is saying, bring it on. My kind of guy, man. All right. All right. Now, I want y'all to get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. This is an unscripted. This one playing. But it's going to be playing now. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. What's up, Braylon? What's going on, man? Robert says, actions speak louder than words. All right. Speaking of that, we going to get into it. And I want all the smoke. Thinking about having a debate with Troxel's Sports Streams. We talked about it yesterday. And we going to talk about it today. All right. In the comment section, in the chat right now, I am asking for the smoke. So I want you to bring it. But when you bring it, you better have a good argument, okay? You better have a good argument. We're going to talk about something that's been kind of eating at me for a little bit. And I want to know how you guys feel about it, okay? Now, let's be clear. I'm not the same old Lions. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to speak my mind, okay? And that's the problem with the internet, especially when it comes to the Detroit Lions. Everybody wants to walk the fence. They're too scared that the fan base is going to disagree with what they're saying. So they want to, they want to Pillsbury dough everything. But I ain't the one. I'm not going to do it today, and I'm never going to do it. Whether you watch me or not, I don't care. My job is to tell you my opinion, and your job is to listen or not. So I want you to bring the smoke. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Is Jeff Okuda, are we being too nice to Jeff Okuda? Are we being too lenient on Jeff Okuda? I'm about to go off, okay? Had a conversation, and it turned into, it was a nice little debate, not heated at all, but just a debate. It was facts on facts, right? So I am under the impression that Jeff Okuda is trending bust. Trending bust. Now, I'm a dude who sits in the basement, talks about NFL players. Okay, he's a guy that was drafted 3rd overall and is making millions and millions of dollars. Okay, now Jeff Okuda, I had a conversation. Does it matter where you're picked as far as expectations? My thought is 100%. You know why Jamarcus Russell is a bust? Because he was picked before Calvin Johnson, first ballot Hall of Famer. You know why Ryan Leaf is a bust? Because he was picked after first ballot Hall of Famer Peyton Manning. What makes you a bust? A bust, you become a bust when your expectations are not lived up to. Mike Hughes, first round bust. Jared Davis, first round bust. Charles Harris, who is on our team, first round bust. Jeff Okuda was taken after Joe Burrow, Chase Young. He was taken before Tua, Justin Herbert. And we want to keep giving this guy time, right? Jeff Okuda has been the biggest debatable Lion since he's been on this team. Him and then Jared Goff. If you are drafted third overall, I don't put these expectations on you. They're automatically put. The NFL stands for not for long. What can you do for me today? When do you see, why is Mike Hughes not on the Minnesota Vikings? Because he didn't live up to expectations. They traded him away. Okay? Jeff Okuda has not lived up to expectations. Dern says, for where Okuda was taken, sure, I think start over on another team would be best for him. Me, personally, I hated that we are treating him like this, but business is business. But Braylon, we're not treating him like anything, bro. We're not treating him like, I understand what you're saying, okay? Darius Slay rough till year 3. Okay. Now, Eric, first of all, I love your kind of thought process, bro, because it's always kind of a pushback in it. Darius Slay, to me, is not a shutdown corner. I am sorry. I have never, ever thought that Darius Slay was that good. Darius Slay is a component. He receives the benefit of having a good defense. I have never thought that. I have never thought that Darius Slay was as good as he thinks he is. Okay? But I love the swag, though. I love the chip on his shoulder. I'm a big chip on shoulder guy. I got chips for days. I can feed all y'all. But Darius Slay is not as good as he thinks he is. Darius Slay was not drafted third overall, though, Eric. And you might hear something in my voice, man, but it ain't directed toward you. So the debate is this. Is Jeff Okuda, has he played like the third overall pick? Now, an argument could be said that you don't have to play like the third overall pick. You just have to play your type of ball. And to me, that is false. If you are drafted top 10, you need to play like a top 10er. Okay? Now let's do this. Let's do this because I love this. I talked about this yesterday. This is going to be a 10-minute segment. I've been meaning to get this off my chest. Sauce Gardner, while he could be overrated, where was he drafted at? Number 4, right? Number 4. He wins Defensive Rookie of the Year and All-Pro. Drafted number 4. Where was Jeff Okuda drafted at? Number 3. And in 2 years, he played 10 games. So quarterbacks need 3 years to learn. It's the hardest position in football. He needs 3 years. Sauce Gardner, while overrated, debatable, right? Wins Rookie of the Year. All-Pro in his rookie year. In his rookie year. And y'all in the chat was telling me that Sauce Gardner deserved it over Aiden Hutchinson. If Aiden Hutchinson, who was taken second overall, did not have 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, y'all would have been ready to call him a bust. But no, not Jeff Okuda. Jeff Okuda, we give him all the room in the world. He was hurt. Even Brad Holmes said it was his rookie. It's like his rookie. Oh, man. Okay, Joe Burrow's knee got assassinated in year 1. Assassinated. So his quote-unquote rookie year was year 2. Where did he go? Somebody put it in the chat for me because I can't remember. Where did Joe Burrow go in year 2? I'll wait. He went to the Super Bowl in year 2. His official quote-unquote rookie year. But Jeff Okuda, we try to get his man. Listen, Jeff Okuda was a bad pick. It's okay to say that Jeff Okuda was the wrong pick. It's okay. I believe Jeff Okuda was an effort. I do believe that there was a rift between Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia. I believe Quinn wanted Okuda. Patricia wanted Derek Brown, hence why we traded for Everson Griffin, because at that point, both of them fools knew that their jobs was on the line. Both of them knew. So, let's go get Everson Griffin. Let's trade away a conditional 5th-round pick for Everson Griffin, who, by the way, is not in the league. And I love me some EG. Has not in the league. Okay. Jeff Okuda, the time has run out for Jeff Okuda. The Lions have to decide if they're going to pick up his fifth-year option. They got to decide next month. A month from now, we will know if they picked it up. Braylon says, I really want to see the potential in Okuda, but like you said, he didn't do well. Does anybody see the potential in Jeff Okuda? I will say this. Jeff Okuda is a phenomenal tackler. He tackles. He does that. He came through last year. Then he got hurt, right? But then he got benched. Nobody wants to talk about that. Jeff Okuda was benched for a guy who was not drafted. And I'm sorry, if you lose your job being the third overall pick to a guy that was picked after Brock Purdy, why is Mr. Irrelevant so special? Because Mr. Irrelevants don't make leagues. They don't make the team. They don't even play a snap. It's only a few of them that have made teams. That's why all the hoopla is about Brock Purdy. Nobody would care who he was if he wasn't drafted last. Jeff Okuda. Okuda locked down Jefferson and Scary. He was just inconsistent. Okay, Zay, that's my point. We're talking about third overall pick. And Zay, you was on Sauce Gardner. You was a Sauce Gardner defendus. He locked up one guy. So what? Has Jeff Okuda played third overall? It ain't about locking up somebody, Zay. That's not what the question is. The question is Jeff Okuda worth the third overall pick? And the answer is no. He is not. Marshawn Lattimore was drafted after Jeff Okuda. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about third overall pick. We're talking about in the realm of Nick Bosa, Joe Burrow. The guys drafted after him have played better than him. Tua is a better player. Justin Herbert is a better player. And they were all taken after the third overall pick, Jeffrey Okuda. That's what I'm saying. I don't dislike the guy. I want him to succeed. He plays for my team. But at the same time, we have to stop. We got to stop. We got to stop with this. Jeffo, 3 years. Sauce said, Let me finger swag you. Let me Darius slay you real quick. No, you know, all that 3 years, it takes 3 years. I'm going to come out and do it in year one. But Jeff Okuda, 10 games in 2 years, and he's in his rookie year. He's in year 4. Jeff Okuda is going to year 4, and we are still giving him time. But you know what? What we feel doesn't matter. It does not matter, because at the end of the day, the Lions will make this decision. They have to either A, pick up his option, or B, don't. We picked up TJ Hawkinson and traded him. It is about what you can do for me right now. No, Zay, I'm not saying cut him. This conversation has nothing to do with Jeff Okuda's future. It has everything to do with, is he worth, as he played worthy of the third overall pick moniker? And the fact that some Detroit Lions fans will not give up on Jeff Okuda. They just will not. Okuda cannot cover an entire backfield alone. The Lions need another good outside corner to give him help. I think Robert, Okuda is responsible for one side of the field. One side of the field. I don't understand. What does the backfield have to do with Jeff Okuda? I can see if you said defensive line, if you said linebackers. But the backfield, Jeff Okuda is responsible for Jeff Okuda and his man. He doesn't have to the whole side. That I'm sorry, bro. That doesn't make any sense. He plays on one guy. He doesn't cover the whole team. And even playing in the whole team, he was getting roasted. So my thing is this. I want this man to succeed. I've said that. This segment is going on way too long. I said that. Okuda's one man, and guess what, Robert? He's responsible for one man. Jeff Okuda is responsible for A, the zone he's playing in, B, the man he's covering in man-to-man, or C, stopping the run. That's it. Sauce Gardner doesn't even travel, and yet we're giving him Rookie of the Year, and he doesn't try. Bro, okay. All right. So let me know in the comments below. What's your topic? What's your take on the debate? Let me know. I just, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Sauce Gardner does not even travel with a player. And we're of course he wasn't. And this ain't, I'm not directing this at you, Robert. This ain't directed towards you. I'm just saying, of course. You see what we literally just did it. Y'all done made me hot. I had to take my shirt off, bro. Y'all done made me hot. Okay, so what is the general consensus about Jeff Okuda? That's all I need to know. General consensus. Jeff Okuda, right? So that's my thoughts, and you're entitled to yours. I'm just like, I'm finding that when it comes to Jeff Okuda, I want Jeff Okuda to be successful. I do, and I'm not putting this pressure on him. Think about every first round pick. Jared Davis. Jared Davis is a first round bust, right? Right? He's a first round bust. Jared Davis is on the practice squad. If you were drafted in the first round and you're on the practice squad of a team, that is a bust. If you were drafted third overall, meaning that only 2 players in the entire 250 plus people that were taken were better than you, and you get benched for a guy who didn't get drafted, that is a problem. That's a problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't understand. I want the guy to be successful. I do. Anybody that plays for my team. Exactly. There was no one else good enough except Kirby to cover their players. Detroit needs. Now that is true, Robert. That's true. We've known that. But okay. I don't, and we'll move on from this, but I don't understand why we're looking at the team as a whole as far as whether Jeff Okuda was worthy of the third overall pick. Jamarcus Russell could throw 70 yards from his knees, flamed out. Listen, and y'all remember Reading Rainbow, right? LeVar Burton used to be like, but you don't have to take my word for it. But that's my. If y'all can see a visual of me right now, my hands are up. My hands are up. I've stated my case as far as Jeff Okuda. And what I feel doesn't matter. What you feel doesn't matter to the Lions. The Lions have a decision to make. 1, will they pick up his 5th-year option? That comes this month. 2, will they trade or cut him? If Jeff Okuda, let me just say, I'll just say this, right? And we'll move on. Deron Payne, first round pick, drafted after the spot Jeff Okuda was taken, and he's about to get the bag, right? Nick Bosa, drafted the spot before Jeff Okuda was taken. And based on Nick Bosa's performance, next year is going to get the bag. Jeff Okuda will be fortunate to make it off his rookie deal as a Detroit Lion. Done. That's all I'm saying. That is it. Case closed, over. Joe Burrow is the number one pick and is playing like the number one pick. Let me ask y'all a question. Trevor Lawrence. Y'all think Trevor Lawrence is pick number one-ish? Do y'all think that Trevor Lawrence is pick number one? Like, if you told me that it's 200 and some players that Jeff Okuda is better than, I would laugh at you. That's what I'm saying. Okay, Eric. But in reality, bro, should he have been picked that high, right? Should he have been picked that high? These guys scout this guy. They have people watching him for years. Do you understand that? Not you, but NFL scouts watch players for years. For years. Trevor Lawrence was already slated to be pick number one when Joe Burrow was drafted. And I wondered to myself, how can you guarantee say that a guy is going to be the first overall pick and he still has a year to go? Or did I misunderstand you? I'm done. Listen, with Jeff Okuda, and this is not, I'm not done with y'all. I'm just done. I hated it from the very beginning. I wanted Chase Young. When Washington was smart enough to take him, my heart sunk because I felt like they were sold on Jeff Okuda, and I would have taken literally anybody else than him. No disrespect to Jeff Okuda. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. He's in the NFL. I'm just calling it like it is, man. These guys, when you are one of 1,500 people in the world to play for probably the best league in the world, the most coveted league in sports, you are going to be under a microscope. That's just the way it is. And his compensation is millions and millions of dollars. Just something you would have to ask yourself. Would you be willing to be under the public scrutiny of everybody, guys who sit in their basement and talk about you like you are not good enough, right? For $11 million. Are you willing to do that? That's what you have to ask yourself. And again, I want anyone who plays for the Detroit Lions to succeed. They play for my team, and they represent my team, which represents my city, which represents the place where I'm from. So I'm not hating on Jeff Okuda. I want this man to be successful, just like I want DeAndre Swift. But couldn't we say that DeAndre Swift played a little scared? Couldn't we say that if DeAndre Swift get traded, that it was because of his lack of production on the field? Because the NFL is about what you can do. I made a video yesterday, and people misheard me. They heard what they wanted to hear. I said that none of the running backs that were drafted before or immediately after DeAndre Swift, which was Jonathan Taylor, and I think Dobbins went before him, right, lived up to their potential. I didn't say that he wasn't a dog. If Saquon Barkley played like the number 2 pick. That's all I'm saying. Well, thank you, because that was therapy for me. I've been meaning to talk about that for a while. Had to get that off my chest. Because I feel like that when it comes to Jeff Okuda, we just will not stop with this guy. We will not stop making excuses. We just won't. So, but it doesn't matter. So we'll do this, and then we'll wrap up the show. Don't forget, Nick will be on tomorrow. And look, listen, we are passionate fans talking about our team. This is just me putting on my Stephen A. Smith, right? Ain't nothing personal. It's all love. I feel the same way about y'all. I don't feel like y'all ever attacking me or whatever. We passionate about our team, and I think we need a place. We need a place to vent, talk about it. And I don't take anything personal. Unless you are personally attacking me, then I have to take it personal. But All this stuff I don't take personal. All right, so we gotta have. I saw this, and I want to talk about this as well because I think this is kind of important, and it's going to kind of make a lot. I think it's going to make a lot of y'all happy about this. If we sign Ramsey, who do y'all want in the draft? What's up, Rap? So with Jalen Ramsey, if we sign Jalen Ramsey, I still think we draft a cornerback. Did y'all hear that Richardson is shooting up the draft boards? I'm telling you, man, these last 2 drafts has been super duper weird. All right, so the NFL Combine. Wow, this is insane. Okay, I'm going to let me duplicate this real quick. This will be our last segment. Appreciate y'all, man. I hope everybody is safe. Ooh-wee. All right, come on, baby. I need that to load. All right, there it is. Oh, wait. Ooh, hey, shout out Katie. Appreciate you, big dog. Oh, we got 2 more segments. Oh, man. Let's go. All right. Okay. So check this out. Let's get it going. Last segment of the day. Yes. Eric. Okay. I didn't see this though. I didn't see that. Like I said, I saw that from my guy Troxel. He said that Jalen Carter is not going to the combine. And this is what I believe about your Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions use a pattern. Now, I will say that Brad Holmes is unpredictable when it comes to the draft and free agency. We don't know what this man is going to do, and I think that that's an asset to have. But I want you to pay attention, okay? If Jalen Ramsey comes to the Detroit Lions, then Brad Holmes saw something we didn't. And that means I'm talking about his character, right? Now, don't forget. You know what? Let's do this. We're going to have 3 segments. I'm going to try to make these short. Okay, it is that time of year where we are talking about draft and the possibility of players where they could go. From the very beginning, when the season was going on and the Detroit Lions were 1-6, the number 1 person that most Detroit Lions fans wanted was Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia, number 99, big number 99. Now, one thing that I believe is true is that a lot of these NFL inside rumors are true. I don't think for the most part they are not made up. I don't think they're made up. I don't think they're slander. I think a lot of them are true. If you think about it, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, Mike Garafalo make a living. One of the ways that they make a living is to have insider information. These guys leak information to them. Maybe their teams are aware of it, and it's part of the system. But for the most part, I would say, I don't know, I'll give it a high number, 80, 85%, that these rumors, for every 4 rumors you hear, I think 1 might be false. Why did I bring that up? Because Todd McShay, about a month ago, said that Jalen Carter had character issues. We've heard this before. Not about Carter per se, but about NFL players. There's a particular draft where literally during the draft, a picture of Laramie Tunsil was released, and Tunsil plummeted in the draft. Right? Literally. It was so abrupt that it had to be on purpose. Right? It's coming out that Jalen Carter has character issues. Me personally, I don't think your Detroit Lions are going to draft a guy with character issues. Now, Jalen Carter, I don't know if he was invited to the combine, but from what I understand, he's not going. He's going to have a pro day. And most big name players, especially if you're taken in the top 10, you're going to have a pro day. But the thing that sticks out in my mind is that Aiden Hutchinson, who was projected to be the number 1 pick for most of the draft in 2022, went to the combine, knowing that the combine could have lowered his stock, but he went anyway. That is the kind of guy that I want. Now, I'm not saying if you skip the combine, I don't want you. I'm just saying watch for these type of triggers, these type of flags. Jalen Carter, could he be a Detroit Lion? Possibly. His talent might be so immense that it would be hard for the Lions to pass on him. But the Detroit Lions are building something, and character is a big deal. We keep talking about Jalen Ramsey. The Jalen Ramsey I think I know, just from the one I see, seems like initially he wouldn't be a fit on the Lions. But then I have to remember that I see one thing, Brad saw another. So the question that I have for the chat and the comment section is how true do you think these rumors are coming out about Jalen Carter and his character issues? Character issues can make you plummet in an NFL draft. Now, he still has to go through the Wonderlic. He has to get interviewed by teams. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is my take. My take is everybody was sold on Kayvon Thibodeau. Everybody, every Lions YouTuber that you saw, Kayvon Thibodeau. There's one in particular that came on record and said that Kayvon Thibodeau would be the pick, right? And I said on record, there's no way that the Detroit Lions would pass on Aiden Hutchinson if he was there. Why did I say that? Because I knew that Aiden Hutchinson fit what the Detroit Lions were trying to do. I did not believe that Kayvon Thibodeau was the right pick mentally for the Detroit Lions. So everybody wants Jalen Carter. Best player in the draft. Best defensive tackle in the draft. Picking up dudes, quarterbacks with one hand. But your Detroit Lions might feel differently. Now, I don't know. I'm not there. I have no idea. We don't know what they're going to do. But I love that we don't know. But let me know what you think. How true do you believe that these rumors are about Carter and his character? You know what I hate it when I'm talking about something and y'all talking about something else. I hate that. Y'all help the show go on. And if I'm talking about something and we talking about everything but what I'm talking about. The Commanders released Carson Wentz. That makes 3 teams in 3 years. Oh my God. I feel my son used to say something. He used to be like, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry. He used to say it just like that. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for Carson Wentz, bro. What a difference. Number 1 and 2. Jared Goff just came off the best year of his career, and Carson Wentz is officially a journeyman. 100%. Wow. Hey, but you know what? I used to say it all the time. Give me JG any day between them two. I've never liked Carson Wentz, bro. I feel sorry for him. He got the kid, he got the wife, he got a family to take care of. The brother on the street. Where will Carson Wentz land next? 4 teams in 4 years? That officially makes you a journeyman. What's up, Larry? Yes, and Ndamukong Suh, whenever you cry at the podium when you about to leave, you ain't ever coming back. Y'all got to stop with this Ndamukong Suh stuff. Ndamukong Suh is done like the sun. He is not coming back to Detroit. I don't even want him back. Yeah, Carson is gone. That's when you knew Justin Timberlake was going solo. When NSYNC did the Gone, that's when you knew you was like, Justin gone. He gone, man. All right, 2 more segments. That one was impromptu right there, but it's 2 more. It's 2 more I want to talk about. I think it's 2. Oh, it's 2 more. Thank you, Katie. Because it's 2 more. One is Detroit Lions related, and one's not. Wentz better than Sudford. Failed. Sign as a backup. Ooh. Who wants Carson Wentz as a backup? I would take him over anybody we have now. Wouldn't that be a trip, Rainbow, if we had the first and second overall picks on our team from 2016 and they were both quarterbacks? That would be crazy. Carson Wentz is a backup. Dare I say that Carson Wentz would be the best backup since Sean Hill? Dare I say it? Hey, Rainbow girl, you done put something in my ear. Braylon says I'd rather have Gardner Minshew, and he will be a free agent. Man, when you now look, I got Giddy talking about backup quarterbacks. He plays too much hero ball. My hero, Carson Wentz. All right, let's get through this. How long we been on? So the shows might go on for about an hour and 15, an hour and 20, since I only have 3 shows per week. I think, welcome back, Patty. Hopefully Florida was good. Oh, before we get into our second to last segment. So I remember them porta potties when we started talking about the porta potties at training camp. Those are called luxury porta potties. Yeah, I know that. Porta potties can be luxury. Holla at your boy. And I tell you what, they was luxury indeed. No, he's being ridiculous. Let's get Cooper Rush from Dallas. That's a good one, too. But guess what, y'all? We got 3 weeks. I feel like the Joker. Chaos. We got 3 weeks, man, to free agency. 3 weeks. I'm going to be sitting right here. I'm going here like Coach Prime. You better put that back foot down, dog. Shout out to Lou Young. You better put that back foot down. I'm going here. Ooh, we're going to be sitting right here when free agency opens, man. Making videos. It's going to be notification feed blowing up because I'm putting them out, man. Drive to QB at 6. Stop it there. To the no. To the no. To the no. No. Bishop, tell him. No. What's up? Hey, in the zone. What's up, bro? Listen, I'm glad. I was hoping you came in here. I saw you. I didn't know you made content, bro. I look. You popped up in my feed yesterday randomly. I was watching a video and you was right. I said, wait a minute. I know this dude, man. I know this. Darn. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Oh, darn, I wish you made content, bro. We need your takes in this world. Darn. No. Yeah, man, I didn't know, bro. I saw you. So you just popped up in my feed last night. I was watching I want to say it was like a Lions video, bro. And I said, wait a minute, I know this name. And I clicked on it. I was like, oh, okay. Hey, you can holler at me if you need some pointers, man. I'll tell you what, if my Minnesota Vikings guy ever leaves, which he probably won't, but if he ever leaves, man, I will definitely keep you in mind, man. By the way, we need a Pittsburgh guy, man. I'm struggling. I gotta talk to one Wednesday, see if I can get him on this. And our Jet Syndicate started today. All right, so let's do this because this is intriguing. So we got 2 segments, and then I got to make a video for Detroit Lions Syndicate. Okay. All right, okay, let's do it. Okay, your Detroit Lions are coming off a 9-8 season. They were a half game out of the playoffs. And I wish, as YouTubers, man, sometimes you want to be right. Not sometimes. You want to be right all the time. But the reality is that's not the case. Now, I want to be right about Jalen Ramsey. I just do. I want to be right. I want to be right about Jalen Ramsey. because so many people say it ain't going to happen. So it would be vindication. But the Detroit Lions are coming off a season in which no one expected them to have. Not even us. We weren't saying that. Playoffs? Y'all was laughing at me. Y'all had tears rolling out your eyes, man. Playoffs? Yes, playoffs. At 1-6, I was still talking about it. And we are going into year 3 of the regime of Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. Question: is it year 3 of a rebuild, or are we contenders? Is it one or the other? Is it A or B? I'm going to say it's the latter. We are contenders. I didn't say Super Bowl contenders. I said contenders. We are contending for the NFC North. We are contending for a playoff spot. We are contending in the NFC. With us contending, we have been able to do that, to rebuild through the NFL draft. And that's why a lot of you don't want Jalen Ramsey. You don't want us to give up that coveted draft capital for a man who is on the decline, some say. That age is catching up to him. His game is not the same. And for those of you, I say, you could be onto something. The Detroit Lions have the third most, which means there are 2 teams ahead of them in NFL draft capital in 2023 in the league.
Oh, my God.
They have the third most with 8 picks currently. That means that they can do some real damage when it comes to that. I am going to show you now a list from Tim O'Risky, PFF_Mo. The Detroit Lions are under the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. Mr. Forget Them Picks is right there, number 26. The San Francisco 49ers, the NFC Super Bowl contenders, and the Denver Let's Ride Broncos, the last as far as draft capital. Your Detroit Lions, even the Chicago Bears, got to worry about them. They got 5th, and they got a whole lot of money. They got the most in the NFL in cap space. And there is your Detroit Lions. The Seahawks are only here because of Russell Wilson. If it weren't, they would be here. Lions would probably be going here. Shout out to Lou Young again. Your Detroit Lions have the 3rd most cap space in the NFL. So what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that we can make some legitimate damage in this year's draft. And that's going to go in line of, do you want to give any of that up? Now, I believe that if we do pull the trigger on Jalen Ramsey, I don't think a first is in there at all. That's just me. I don't think a first is anywhere in there. I think it would be a maximum of 3 picks, and that 1 or 2 would be this year. I'm probably going to say 2. 2 picks would be this year. They would be second rounders on. And again, if we look again at why that would be, the Rams are currently sitting 26. And I'm guessing these lines here are probably have something to do with like the early draft, because there's a line there, there's a line there, and then it's little lines in here. So remember, we have 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a 3rd, no 4th. We got a 5th and 2 6. We have no 4th and no 7th. So the question that I have is, how does that make you feel? The fact that we have the 3rd most draft capital in the league going into 2023 means that the rebuild is over. The rebuild is over, ladies and gentlemen. And like Dern said, at some point, the Lions need to open up the checkbook. And they will, Dern. They will. We'll have the most money this year than we've had under these guys' regime. We will have more money next year than we've had this year, right? Salary cap went up $16 million. We've already cut Michael Brockers. If we cut 5 additional people, we could have between Brockers and those 5, Cephas, Harris, Romeo, Big V, and Vitae, along with Brockers, we could have $40 million in cap space before the increase, if I understand correctly. The Lions, the rebuild is over, y'all. Ain't nobody going to be saying year 3 of a rebuild. I think we were ahead of schedule. And I think we can put that to not only Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, but the team that they assemble. You know how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is floundering right now. I heard that Ant-Man Quantumania had the biggest drop in Marvel history the second weekend, right? Endgame, for me, was the end of the MCU. And now we don't know who the Avengers are going to be. That's what our team was. Our team was whoever these Avengers are going to be now, that was our team. That's been our team. We don't have an Iron Man. The closest thing we got to Iron Man is Jared Goff. We don't have a Captain America. We don't got a Black Widow. We don't got a Hawkeye, and we definitely don't have a Hawk. But Brad Holmes got a chance to get all of them this year. Free agency and the draft. We got the OG Avengers, right? Eric says Romeo going to put up 10+ sacks with a healthy year. Eric, it's the latter half of that comment, with a healthy year. DeAndre Swift was favorite to win the rushing title by most outsiders when the year started in 2022. And then what happened? He ended up with 500-some yards. Here's the thing that we got to, this is what I feel. When it comes to if he's healthy, when he's healthy, we got to stop that, right? If was a fifth, you know what they say. You know what they say, y'all. Ooh, Aiden Hutchinson. I forgot about Hutch. Thank you, Braylon. You know what? Let's take that back. Golf is Captain America. I can do this all day. I can do this all day. We need the rest of them. And I think y'all let me know in the comments below which Avenger would be Hutch. We got a Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams could be one too. But he not yet. He like one of the kid Avengers. I think they actually got the kid Avengers or something like that. The new Avengers. Anzalone Thor. I forgot about Thor. Hey, y'all own it, man. Y'all right. Put the hammer down. If Anzalone is Thor, we in trouble. Hutch is Captain America. Okay, well then that means that Jared Goff, who is Jared Goff then? Because he definitely in an Iron Man. That's for sure. Maybe an Iron Man was Matthew Stafford. Ooh. We having fun, y'all. But the Detroit Lions with the third most capital this year. Dern. Hey, Dern, touche. Dern says, so if Goff is Captain America, that means he's done soon. Hey, listen. Hey, Chris Evans had a 9-movie deal, bro. Goff is in his 3rd movie. That's pretty good. But anyway, let me know in the comments below, man, what y'all think. The Detroit Lions right now, 3rd most in the league. If we trade for anyone, we would be trading for Jalen Ramsey. I think we give up 2 picks this year and 1 pick the next. My thing, I would give up the TJ Hawkinson picks in the second, but let me know. That means that we would lose a 2nd rounder, I think. So that's what I would do. But let me know. We having fun today. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got Amon-Ra. I forgot about that. Y'all. Now y'all gonna have me thinking, man. All right, so shout out to KD. This will be my last segment of the day. And this is fantastic, bro. if listen, if you want to send me anything on the Twitter or on the NFL during these shows, send them to Lions_Syndicate on Twitter. I'm on Rise the Sun God. hey, I'm on. You know what? I'm on Rod would be Vision. I forgot about Vision, bro. But then he got his head caved in, so I don't know. St. Brown is Falcon. See? Yeah, there we go. Oh, Jalen Ramsey is Loki. See, you see what I do? You see what I do, man? This is fantastic. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. And I'm going to make this. Oh, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. All righty then. Well. We have come to the day, and I hope this day comes soon because I am sick of this, man. And I'm sorry, y'all, but my last couple of videos on this channel has been about Aaron Rodgers. He is a bane in my side. Aaron Rodgers came out of the darkness undecided. He was in the darkness and still came out undecided. We thought that the darkness was going to give him clarity. And it didn't. It didn't. Aaron Rodgers he's full of himself right now. The darkness wasn't enough. And coming from a reliable source right here, Don Cleveland says the Packers are now open to moving on, quote unquote, from Aaron Rodgers because unlike the past 2 seasons, they now see a guy capable of starting in Jordan Love. They also have cap issues to work through too, because they about 20-something million over the cap right now. Thank you, KD, for that. I appreciate that. Aaron Rodgers, didn't I tell you? Big head Mars attack. Look at the helmet, bro. Look at the helmet. It's about time. It's about time. Aaron Rodgers has played with their emotions for too long. The brother came out the darkness and is still with no decision. He still don't have a decision. I thought you... When the Detroit Lions eliminated the Green Bay Packers from playoff contention at home, when Aaron Rodgers lost to that team at home, when Dan Campbell went 3-1 against the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, I recall this in the code. It was his breath. You can see his breath. He said, I'm not going to make them wait that long for a decision. I'm not going to keep them hanging, is what Aaron Rodgers said on January 8th, 2023. Can anybody tell me what day is it? It is the second to last day of Black History Month. We have seen the Super Bowl, the entire playoffs, and we are 4 or 5 days from the NFL Combine, and this man came out of the darkness undecided. And it's about time. I said this to y'all last week. He playing with my emotions. They should have been done this. And I'm going to tell you what. He's on the hook for a lot of money. And if they let him come back, I don't have much respect for Green Bay. The only respect that I have for Green Bay is that they don't have an owner. That's it. If they let Aaron Rodgers come, money or not, because it ain't all about the money. Aaron Rodgers says so himself. He got plenty of it. It ain't about the $60 million he's supposed to get. It's about the principalities, Smokey. And that is what the Green Bay Packers need to stand on right now. Principalities. It's the principalities, bro. Coming from Albert Breer, reliable source. See the check mark. NFL senior reporter, lead content strategist. It's time for the Green Bay Packers to move on from Aaron Rodgers. At this point, I don't care nothing about the NFC North. I care about the fact that they got a kid sitting over there that they drafted in the first round. Y'all recall about 15 years ago. Let me see if I have this. Hold on. Let me take you back. I'm going to take you back. I do have it. Here we go. 15 years ago, I seem to recall a former Green Bay Packer who's currently in the Hall of Fame that decided, should I stay or should I go? I'm going to cry at the podium. I'm going to unretire. I'm going to retire again and cry again at the podium. Nothing wrong with real men crying. Real men can cry. It's okay. No matter what you've been told, it's okay to shed tears. That's a human emotion. But I recall 15 years ago, this very same thing happening with the Green Bay Packers and a guy known by the name of Brett Favre. I don't know if that name holds the same value today. Brett Favre decided that he was going to play with their emotions and keep on playing games like the Backstreet Boys. And the Green Bay Packers bossed up and said, you got to go. We're going to trade you out of the NFC to the New York Jets. New York Jets. And Brett Favre had the nerve, the audacity to feel some type of way. What you feeling some type of way for? It's like the boy who cried wolf. He can only cry so long, and then after that, he going to stop. You know why? Because the wolf going to get him, because ain't nobody coming out to help him. That is how this is right now. And 15 years later, and I recall, as we stay in this dream state, that there was a guy who they drafted in the first round in 2005, I believe it was, who sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years as he played with their emotions for 3 years. His name is Aaron Darkness Rodgers. Isn't it funny how the same thing is happening in the exact same way as it did 15 years ago? Well, well, well. And we're back. We're out of the dream state. Unbelievable. If the Green Bay Packers, my mic pops every time I say the word Packers. If the Green Bay Packers decide to let this man, I don't care, bro. They don't need money. None of these NFL teams need money. It's time to let this man go. I hope he retires and does them a favor. Because you can only take so much. It's time to move on. And if they decide that they're going to, you know how Aaron Rodgers said, I own you. I own the Bears. He owns the Green Bay Packers. That's who he owned. I saw online, this was NFL, an NFL analyst said, I have never seen a one player control an organization. The Lions won't give Calvin Johnson this 1.6. And they letting this man, now remember, these were his words, not mine, after his loss to his second consecutive loss to the Detroit Lions. His run the table, make it to the playoffs. Not so fast, Aaron. Right? That he sat there post-game and said he wasn't going to keep them waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, would you call it's been about 7 weeks. Eric says Favre didn't have the control like Rodgers does. They told Favre we started a rookie and he didn't want to be the backup. You speaking facts. You speaking facts. If they let him do this, the little smidget of respect that I have for the Packers organization, which is the equivalent of throwing up and then swallowing it, that will be gone. That will be gone. This guy is 39 years old and he's he's doing something that I can't say because this is a family show. I wouldn't say it anymore. Aaron Rodgers, it's time to go. Green Bay Packers, boss up. You know, we tell our kids, our sons to boss up, right? Boss up. It's time for Green Bay Packers to boss up and let them go. Show them who's boss. You are the historic Green Bay Packers. People got to buy tickets for their grandkids because the legacy is so deep. Show that. Boss up and tell this man to get to stepping. It's time to go. Man, I had to get that off, y'all. I had to get that off, man. Woo, it would be so nice to see him gone. It would be so nice. He liked all his drama. Listen, Larry, you know, I ain't want to be in people business like that, but like I got a theory, okay? I got a theory, right? Now, you know, I'm on my second marriage. Sometimes it don't work out. It don't work out the first time. You know, people grow apart or whatever they do, right? It happens. Now, I don't want to get to 3 because 3 just don't sound the same. 3 sound like something wrong. Something wrong with that situation, right? With 3, I just told my wife, I said, something happened to you, I can't. The number 3, it sound like you remember the movie Stepfather? That's what it sound like. You know what I'm saying? Don't let your kids watch Stepfather. Terry O'Quinn, it was crazy. I don't want to do that, right? But I got a theory that you miss out. Something ain't right. Olivia Munn, okay? Something happened there. You got Danica Patrick, something happened there. You got Shania Woodley. And all these people are in show business. He likes drama, right? One is a race car driver, one is an actress, and the other one's an actress. She was supposed to be Mary Jane before Kirsten Dunst, I believe. I'm not, or maybe it was the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm not sure. And you about 0 for 3, right? So it's one of the things where you'd be like, it's not you, it's me. You know what, Aaron Rodgers? I think you're right. I think it is you, brother. I think it is you. Because you let all 3 slip away. And you let all 3 slip with that. You 0 for 3, bro. And now you're on number 4. And I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, I wish you the best. But I'm stopping at 2, bro. I just can't get over. So my thing is, you know, me personally, I stop at Olivia Munn. It stops right there. Olivia Munn and done. Munn and done. Woo! I'm too good. Listen. I'm too good, y'all. Don't forget, we are back on Wednesday. On Thursday, we will debut the all-season Detroit Lions Syndicate show. It will be debuting. It will be at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. There's another individual that gets on at 4. I'm going to get on at the same time because it's just the time that works for me. I'm getting on at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Every Thursday through the all season. And then maybe during the season we have it too, but we're definitely going to get back to the post-game show. Okay? I'm just saying, you know, so if there's another person, my time just lines up to 4 o'clock. I can't help myself, man. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. I hope everybody is safe. Don't forget to watch Touchdown Detroit Lions tomorrow with Nick. Okay? Show Nick some love. And I will see y'all Wednesday. Jalen Ramsey become a Detroit Lion. Mr. Poole. I might have to give you my phone number, man. You might have to call me. Go Lions. Peace.
Hello, good morning. Horns is blowing, and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time, when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the Motor City, everything ain't pretty but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.